4 things I wish I knew before we went on our first cruise. My name is Kelly. We are a family of 5. We have 2 college-age students and a high school student, and we're going to talk about what we all wished we had known before going on our first cruise. Number 1, the walls are all metal. And I guess I probably should have known this, right? Because it's a cruise ship, but I never really thought about it, and I guess I didn't research it. The walls are all metal. Why is that important? Bringing magnets will totally transform how you organize your room. And the first time, I didn't know this, so I didn't bring any magnets. So what you have is you kind of have clutter all over the room. Even though you're trying to keep it picked up, it really, really will help you organize your room to have magnets. And more recently, I learned to bring 2 styles of magnets. The first one are the hook magnets, and I'll show a picture here so you can see that. And that can hang up your swimsuits, your hats, your bags, multi-use. And a pro tip, if it's too heavy, if you find your beach bag is too heavy, put 2 or 3 hook magnets on your wall and it will hold just fine. And then the second style is the clippy magnets that you can put all your paperwork. It's kind of amazing. Even though we're using our app on cruises more and more, you still have all sorts of paperwork. You may not have the paper cruise itinerary that, honestly, I wish we kind of got back again, because I really do love that, having that in my hand. Even though you don't have that for paper anymore, you do have, you'll get tickets to go on your excursions, or if you have a spa treatment available, you're gonna get paper for that. You're gonna get paper if you have something booked like a cabana, or even how to enter your last day of paying your payments if you have a bill outstanding, or how you need to debark the ship. There's going to be paperwork. And so having the little clippy magnets organizes your room and keeps your desk clutter free. This one may surprise, but number 2, you may not need a drink package. I thought when we went on the first cruise that we all were gonna need a drink package, right? But really do the math. I am not a big drinker. I do enjoy having an alcohol beverage. Now, my husband really enjoys having alcohol beverages every day. I could kind of hit or miss depending on that, but I do enjoy my coffee, which is free on most cruise lines. I do enjoy having a soda or a pop. Comment below, do you call it soda or do you call it pop? I usually call it pop. I do enjoy my pop, and then I enjoy just having maybe a smoothie or something like that on occasion. So on this last cruise, and this is the first time we did it, we did a split. My husband and my oldest son, who were actually sharing a room together, got the drinking package on our Royal Caribbean Wonder of the Seas, the deluxe package, which included everything. And I got the refreshment package, which included everything but the alcohol beverage package. And then my 2 kids, my other daughter and my high school student, just got the soda package, which just included pop. And so we were able to do that because we were in 2 separate rooms. Now, you may be in a cabin room, and for example, Royal Caribbean, every adult would need to get the deluxe package, drink package, if one person gets it. I do believe you can contact customer service and talk to them about potentially not. We did not have to do that because we were in 2 separate rooms according to our boarding things. So for us, it wasn't a problem. But what I would say is do the math. And if the money isn't the issue, maybe you just want the convenience, then absolutely get the drink package, because there is a convenience to that. But honestly, for example, you have to show your card anyway. So you have to show your CPAS card, whether you have the deluxe package or not. Probably the extra step is you have to sign your receipt to pay for the alcohol package, the alcohol drink, if you don't have the alcohol package. So really think about the math portion of it. It may be 6 or 7 drinks before you break even. And also think about, are you going to be in excursions all day? We have a Mediterranean, French, Italian Riviera cruise planned for next summer. And we have excursions planned almost every day for most of the day. So even my husband and son probably won't be drinking alcohol. They won't be, right? Because they're going to be on the excursion. So think about those things before you decide, do you actually need the drink package on the cruise? Number 3, I do carry-on only. The first cruise we went on, we thought we needed everything with us, right? I think we thought we needed to check bags because my gosh, we're going to be stuck on a cruise ship, and what if they don't have what we need? And honestly, since then, I've gone carry-on only for a few different reasons. First of all, you're stopping places, so you can pick up things on those excursions of where you're going. The cruise ship probably has almost anything you possibly could need. Maybe not the right brand that you would want, and so you need to think about that, but probably what you will need on the cruise ship or where you stop for an excursion. And then last, and this is a piece that people don't think about, you'll be taking the stairs a lot. At least we do. The elevators can get very, very busy, especially on the first day when you're embarkation, and the last day in particular when you are getting off the ship. So even if you're doing your luggage, and just so you know, when you do checked luggage, they will bring it to your room. So you're not having to haul your luggage if you don't up to your room on the first day. But the elevators may be a challenge. And so if you have carry-on only, you can bring it with you and you don't have to worry about waiting for your luggage for later because it's already with you. So if you may need to take stairs, it's easier to carry it. But certainly on the last day, those elevators, I'm telling you, they are full all the time. And so it may be, depending on where your room location, easier to just take your carry-on luggage and take the stairs down to where your debarkation entrance will be. And that's especially if you plan to use it all yourself. Now, you'll have the option to put out your luggage the night before. And this was something I did not realize. So this goes into my next tip. If you decide to put out your luggage and you don't want to have to carry your luggage yourself on the last day, you put it out the night before, and it's usually by about 10 p.m. Every cruise line might be a little different for that, but you put your luggage outside your door by the night before. That means anything you'll need the morning that you debark, you're going to need to keep that with you. And there have been people, I haven't personally witnessed this, that have literally packed all their clothes in their luggage and they had their pajamas on and forgot to leave clothes for the next morning and needed to buy one of the cruise line's robes. So keep that in mind. If you don't want to do that, and I thought we had to do that. So our first cruise, I thought everybody had to put their luggage out the night before because that's what the instructions will tell you. But that's actually not the case. If you can handle your own luggage, you can keep that with you the last morning and just carry that with you. Now, you're responsible for carrying that yourself, which is why carry-on can be easier if you have a challenge with that. So after the first cruise, we did not put it out the night before. We now handle our own luggage, which is why we go carry-on only. The next tip also might surprise you after talking about the stairs versus the elevator, but steps are your friend on a cruise. I actually have found I take the stairs because it is a lot quicker and you don't have to wait for the elevator, and I usually maintain my weight then. So I really enjoy going on vacations and I do not restrict myself. I eat what I want, even though I, probably have a healthier diet certainly when I'm at home. But I have found stairs are my friend, and I can get the exercise in without formally exercising by getting all the stairs in pretty much all the time. And what I say by that is I would say 80 to 90% of the time. There's going to be those occasions where you're going to want to take the elevator. And I will say when we came back from Coco Key this last summer and we're on the bottom level of the ship, getting back onto the ship, and our floor that we needed to be was the 12th floor, and I had our beach bag and it was 100 degrees all day, we took the elevator. But other than those particular times, taking your stairs will really help you burn calories so you can eat all you want. And let me know in the comments below if having a video on how to maintain your weight, because I do have some videos I do have some tips on that about how I've maintained my weight on occasion when I go on vacation. And if that's helpful, please comment below and I'm happy to do a video on that as well. And then the next one, which kind of goes along with it, to buffet or not to buffet. What do I mean by that? You will hear from many people that either they love the buffet on the first day, and we're talking about the very first day when you get on the ship, or never the buffet because it's always so busy there. Our family likes the buffet. Here's why. When we get on the ship, usually it's kind of a little stressful, right? You're having to figure out how to get there. You may have all those pieces and you got to get through the custom service or the check-in service, which honestly they've streamlined greatly, but it may be hot. You may be tired. You probably should have flown in the day before at least. So you're still kind of getting into vacation mode, right? And so getting on the ship can be a little bit stressful, especially if you have kids. What we have found is if we can just go and get things to eat right away, people tend to just feel better, right? You're not hangry, you're not stressed. So we have found going to the buffet works for our family. Is it busy? Yeah, but we usually go right away. So we try to get an early check-in time on the cruise, so somewhere between 11:30 and noon, which is our lunchtime most occasions anyway. And we find if we go to the buffet, we find a place to sit with our carry-on if we need to. Everyone can find something that they enjoy eating, so you're not restricted to the menu. Everyone can find something they enjoy eating. We grab a drink at the bar. And by the way, if you have your drink package, even if you don't have your C-Pass card yet, you can tell them your name and room number, and they will give you your drink just like if you had the C-Pass card. And there's a bar usually right there. Sit down, eat, decompress, and then we just either do one of two things. When the kids were younger, we let them put their swimsuits on and we went right to the pool where nobody was in the pool and they can enjoy that right away. Now that they're older, we've kind of enjoyed just touring the ships. And you can bring your drink with you. So you grab your drink when you're done eating and we start roaming the ship. And honestly, we've found that to be quite fun, especially on a new ship that we haven't been on before because you're discovering new areas. So to buffet or not to buffet, our family is to buffet. Let me know in the comments below, do you enjoy that as well? But if this is your first time cruise, don't let the naysayers say never do the buffet. So the next one also might surprise you. The main dining room is fine. We often have been hearing from people that, the main dining room, the food selection isn't very good. The food quality isn't very good. You have to spend more money to go to a specialty restaurant. And in our opinion, you don't. Do we on occasion spend on specialty restaurants? We do. And that's just something that we choose to do to be able to try things different. But we have been on cruises where we used the main dining room exclusively and never spent a dime on specialty restaurants, especially on the Disney Cruise Line. The Disney Cruise Line, we never have used the two specialty restaurants on Disney Cruise Line. And so don't necessarily believe everything you read or hear about the main dining room. Are some things hits and misses? Yes, but what restaurant isn't? I have yet to go to a restaurant where that we love everything on it. And so you may have to experiment. And here's the thing. You can order more than one. So if you get something and you don't like it, you can order something else. And that is something I think first-time cruisers don't think about. So you can order 3 or 4 appetizers and just a dessert. You can order everything on the menu, period. And we actually have done that a few times. As our family of 5, we've all gotten 5 different appetizers, 5 different entrees, 5 different desserts, and sometimes we split them up and we just share them. And somebody may like something better than somebody else likes, and so then we share even more, or we order more of that item. So don't dismiss. You do not have to spend more money on specialty restaurants and be worried that you're gonna get a less quality food. Now, we are not foodies. So if you're a foodie and you're very used to 5-star restaurants, then yeah, that might be a disappointment to you. We are pretty flexible with that, and you can get a steak and you can get a lobster and you can get salmon and you can get burgers and fries if you have picky kids eaters. And believe me, I went through the stage with my kids where we were on a Disney cruise and literally they ordered mac and cheese and fries every single meal, to the point where our waiter just brought it out to us. He didn't even ask because he was lovely. So yes, it is okay. And also keep in mind, there may be some things on there that aren't on the menu that they will make for you anyway. So if you're an adult and maybe you're a picky eater and maybe you want the mac and cheese at that cruise line for main dining, but it's not on your adult menu, you can order off of the kids menu and they'll bring you bigger portions to your table if that is something that you are wanting. So the main dining room is actually, in our opinion, more than adequate, especially because it's included in your cruise fare. In addition to that, one of the things that we didn't think about is you can bring to-go from the main dining room. So maybe you're so full from the food, you don't want your dessert, but there was a dessert on there that you really wanted to try. They will package it up for you and bring it back to your room so you can enjoy on your deck or outside or in your room for like room service almost in your room later. So keep in mind, you don't actually have to eat it there. They will package it up for you. You can bring it to your room when you leave the main dining. The other thing we didn't realize before we went on the first cruise is the formal night doesn't have to be so formal. So we actually on our first cruise skipped formal night because we didn't want to dress up very formally, and we thought, to sundress or whatever I was wearing would be too casual for formal night. And you will see, so I want to be clear, you will see people very dressed up in, very fancy gowns, but you'll also see people wearing jeans, and that's okay. The one thing that I have found, and this depends on your cruise line as well, but if you are on one of the main Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Disney, or Carnival cruise lines, you can wear casual dress, if you will. No tank tops or swimsuits or things like that on formal night, but you can wear jeans and a polo. That is fine. My son actually wore shorts, khaki shorts, and a t-shirt, and they let him in. And this was Royal Caribbean of Wonder of the Seas on the night of the formal night. So a polo and shorts my boys usually wear, and it's just fine. And my daughter and I wore sundresses, and it was just fine. So formal night, don't let formal night scare you away. Formal night does not have to be so formal. You can't do it all, and frankly, you shouldn't. This is a cruise, and it's also a vacation. So while there is so much to do on a cruise, and that's one of the reasons we just love it, because there is so much to do for all of our family, and it's so just convenient because everything is on the cruise ship or going on the excursion. You can't do everything, and you shouldn't. You need to schedule rest and downtime. That may mean you're sleeping in, having coffee on your deck if you have it off your room. Or it may mean that you're just spending all afternoon at the pool and you're just chilling. Or you're going to the spa and spending all afternoon in the spa. Or you're just gonna read a book. You don't have to do everything. We have not done all the shows. We have not done all the things that you're supposed to do on a cruise. We have just taken time to go to bed early and lay and just talk and sit and read in our room. You don't have to do everything, and you shouldn't. Remember, this is your vacation. Cruises are meant to be entertaining, and you can do as much as you want. It's also meant to be refreshed when you get off after you're done with your vacation. This is kind of more of an honorable mention and more of a tip. You need to keep in mind, the last day is going to be hard. Why do I say that? The last day is going to be hard because you're going to be tired from your vacation, kind of. You were packing the night before, or maybe you were trying to squeeze in another show or squeeze in all you can that night before, which is awesome. But you have to get up early the next day and be out of the staterooms. And most people have to be out of their cabin rooms by 8 a.m. So that will be hard. Even somebody like me, I am an early riser. I don't mind getting up early. I even find sometimes the last day to be hard, especially if you have kids. So keep in mind, have some patience, get up a little early, go grab a coffee, think about what can you do for breakfast to make your morning feel a little more human, I'll say. And just remember, it's going to be hard and you'll be sad to leave. The best thing we have found when we are on our last day of vacation is we start planning as a family our next vacation. So a little tip, so it doesn't make the last day so hard, start thinking about where do we want to go next? And that really will, not only that, it gets everybody excited about the next vacation and it helps you look forward to the next one. Hopefully you found this helpful. Please give me a like and subscribe if you did, and take a look at this next video.